On person mo talk about my job, feel say we winning elections now. As in, there are so many ways. But if the danger mo talk about, because of some person mo come in, mo talk about based on amount for public frontal per se. There's a reason why some of us you free MP no call up frontal. You go the alanity. Contract what amount for can because amount for say na disgruntled and I say Alan Lucy be Alan yan can say prime minister kasa wan ko bi or cross the first we say can qualify but one ko reason still some of us feel say na Baumia and I say any leadership which is to be a continuation of Nanado leadership no. So reasons I'm a young believing Baumian leadership tell say for the good of Omaino, it can say you bring an alternative leadership. Leadership are a cause a radical change in the way you know not just the economy, but to show in September ACR leadership the ethics by public service. Because see some you having community has sometimes they're shocking. Ghana public servant, minister, cabinet minister. Attempts to top public property. You who issue with it. So those are some of the problems. One from your public offices, or more involved in issues like Galamsey. You who issues with it. You reducing leadership about base a form, and you can only sustain side if I'm for consideration. You're just partisanship. I'm for doing just partisanship. Then what is going to happen is say you better reduce leadership. Citizens, you will lose the faith in the ability of leadership of South constitutional democracy to deliver on one individual needs. Because that system of governance. You're going to constitutional democracy. The country my ambition, my own happiness, of also own happiness. To fulfill your happiness, environment be one politically stable. Your environment in terms of security is stable. We are economic environment what the best chance of fulfilling our ambition. They don't fast system into share your constitution. And now in chapter 6, can say you take decision beyond you're guided by certain principles. Political consideration, economic consideration, social considerations. And the first word this advice is citizens of Ghana. You take those considerations now. Into so much the real governance, you having governance over the past 8 years. And the role His Excellency Dr. Bamianka play in some governance and the impact you will be all aspects of your economy. Because dollar ya say I didn't see me. Who a finance minister now? And you be just a reflection of the lack of confidence of the people of Ghana in economy no and amanoma edija. Into for me, unlike many pattern, me more come hostile. Because me more the mentors me say the Musa Dankwano Ekano. Rather no me de some guide. Rather because really pass you talk about partners and based on partisan considerations. You talk about on the health of the economy. As I talk about on the level of leadership at all spheres. Then certainly we can't vote for His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And you're personal. You may like him, he's a nice person, Nanado is a nice person, but dream leadership, dream Ghana, dream pepper soir, sa leadership abidru. You see, and Ghana 40 BBS. Contrary to what we all say, executive power, Yamfama party, executive powers of government, Yamfama party, Yadmanipa, executive powers, Yamfama party. Every necessary say, you better say, Sa Adiana say. And into that MPP party, Tim Chen and Nanado say, listen, finance minister no, Yempeno, you first on boy, you film Nanado, as there because on the Ekuta executive power no, on the vice president Bawumia. Into say, you control say, changer, the necessary say, you better share the character, the vision of Impakra, you to Abano Amano. Yes, and I say arguments. And now, a friend saying, your minister will abandon we say more things. What we should understand is, especially about leadership now, also economic side now, the most critical thing in Pakro the power of fiscal policy. Because of the power of fiscal policy, I Pakro to me or the church say, how are you bet friends saying tax? How you bet levy tax? Pakro you take a decision as to how are you best spend a buying seeker. Because you minister between the project, between the program, between the o policy call says Alan Chimantin 1D 1 left coin no but president na do much more commitment to 1D 1 left no by sika or more a dedicated man no 400 million so that so yes a critical analysis is even a miracle so with such small resource actually show about no lack of commitment towards critical program that may lead to the transformation of the economy no 400 million Ghana cedis. It shows you are buying a commitment to or lack of commitment to sub program. No, at the end they know when you say, listen, so period transformation there. Say shame for kuni suwa a very critical because only be determine tax or yebe levy. Only be determine how I yes when it's car. Into no be and what show clear commitment to programs, new policies that will transform the economy. No, that's why I'm dedicating the entire life. Was about building the private sector empretech. Real Lanchmanton hand were mighty day. We share our credit or Enterprise Africa. How are ordinary Sanko Bois in the private sector across Africa? Oka Agua, Real Lanchmanton sa a womb. Oka sa presidential special initiative. Yen himself Amamaya or Metima build your more in the or more transfer more industries. No, they did so on the back of recognizing what we call strategic anchor industries. Now, Abayanka say using the power of fiscal policy, and they upbuilding those sectors. No, President Kofi Beyebi, yeah, concept of President Kofi buying was so successful. About dollar, yeah, say 0.9 Ghana cedis to $1. If I move just 4 cedis from 2000 to 2008, I didn't say na lack, because of the impact of such strategic anchor industries in palm, in salt, in cassava, in textiles. Yeah, one of the most transformational policies across Africa, African Continental Free Trade Area. Because then you said the backbone of every economy be air trade. One of the critical backbones of every economy, air trade. In fact, finance minister Azakai say Abembia your 3 anchors or for instance political independence or economic emancipation, which is anchored on trade.
In fact, the World Trade Organization is stronger than the UN General Assembly itself. And the World Bank and the IMF.
Yes. But I did quite transform your a trade. Into no be ultimately Yansan program it is the African Continental Free Trade Area. I am not quite say who produce no more Ghana, so ultimately the quad African countries could have free duty free. Let's just say what she say.
AGI for the
no one that say AGI for say in new paper transforming Ghana there in here Alan John Kojo Chairman. Into your side, Jamie.
Is it a resolution of AGI? And answer former chairman Eka.
In fact, about Alana, AGI, good for say, and no be or private sector, in fact, many solo, you call trade conference, we were Rhode Island last November. And very senior global public service, they can't believe, say, Ghana was jam. Is Alan John Kojo Chairman and I was didn't want grow because anytime last week
a part in the pay and a part in the year.
But at the end of the day, Ghana pay. You always say set part in the more you don't sponsor no. But Ghana frontier says part in the Asian choice, no problem. But the ultimate choice, was Ghana for same. Into Ghana for ensure the how our economy echo. Ghana for ensure how our leadership echo. Ghana for ensure how our undermining every single institution. I am not governance. It me now. Not for NTS say midi say you hear transformation. We can't argue about that. You hear transformation on all spheres of governance.
Okay.
And if or what's an Indian or what's our credibility, what's our commitment, no.
Right.
Into Ghana for Yentanichi.
Lawyer Pierre Dankwa of the Movement for Change. James Jerry Suka. As I'm watching you live from Kumasi, precisely for room 120. My regards to Harrison Kojo Abba. Is that you? Yeah. I said the NDC is proud of him. I call him the cross-country communicator. And Jerry James Suka. Alonga Osman on Facebook Live was saying, Mr. ADAKABRI, don't let the MPP guy mislead us about Alan is leading in some time ago. Musa Dankwa said Alan is leading in the nationwide, not in the MPP. He's talking about the whole nation. Alan is leading Baumia in the whole nation, not in MPP. trying to rationalize the Musa Dankwa, George Kwatenka. Musa Dankwa sought to say, in the case of MPP voters, Alan Baumia was leading. In the case of Ghanaian voters, Alan was leading. James Mensah or say Musa Dankwa is a clear case of a hungry political bootlicker. His polls are simply a common pedestrian analysis, not based on any empirical evidence. Gusulating it 100.9 FM. Now, Harrison Abba, tell us. Mubo say the global info analytics say either to 4 constituencies are a true blue and another one with average of 62%. Now, John Dramani is leading in all the 4 true blue constituencies.
Mamina Konya is na mencha one what you for. No more majibra mo here or social media, Facebook, no match here, maybe I'm penny for my betu move feed me. Would you have to me lawyer? A lawyer you will be a metahian of pa. We be a madinum combo did ya chiache.
Omo bekabu mabedi George Mpamro. Oh,
yeah. Pan African TV or see obedia dance say alcohol. Yeah,
you should see.
Yeah, they are me pa. Sounds na me offer ADAKABRI. Frimpong ade a wo so ma hwe wa che papa. O program ye ade a me mfa ni agro. Me wo be bia na se time no duru a me make sure se me hwe e bia me ma so da ba wonu yakuma magdare de ade a meta bada.
Yeah.
Ba wo de yi de me ma so da ba de bia ade a meta edi program na chi na me nim se wo de no kre any peripheral e ya adwuma e wo program no so. Enitia people fall in love with your program. And then by this time kwahwe trotrom. O program you need trotro for as a bomali ni we. De bia. Ya eta trotro nya scan to car. De bia. De bia. No biati. Enti asama wo bisa me no. Me felese anka Musa Dankwa eyo obi ase be opeska biaje ana we ye butleka ana ase be hia bi na ede no nti ana we ye bibia. I feel say anka se anka obey everything fitted to the government. Because someone all resources in a whisker. Offer. Anka Musa Dankwa you be a sebe be an anibrisika. Analysis canteen or ye or stomach direction. Analyst be and be all pay be di. Why no no scarcity see how? Why no all resources or meet me a marshal resources the Musa Dankwa manaya juma dia mom. Anka see MPP. Anka MPP omo na buy man come na bet me say you know. Ade a mama wonsi Musa Dankwa we na adwuma a waye no eye clean. Se bi enye sika bi no waji obi nche we ya adwuma. Se bi enye obi na akoka bibi a kire na na ase bo hye bi na obi a hye na nti a waye sa adwuma no. Ene se de ben. Even analysis na we nyina no ekotia omo de ben. Omo handle governance here. Omo resources omo wo. Ene mo nyina nka obetimi akwa bisa omo bibisi omo ma no. No mfa nya adwuma no. Ni nyina wabagu ene we ye adwuma papa. Ede anti nyame nhira no no nkoso nye no nyuma pa. No nkoso ma ye hu ne ekọ e wo Ghana. Na ofa ne mpese meka na se anya so otu mfo se be omo nye robot. Omo nye robot ase be ya program omo. So omo dey apart from MPP omo hu MPP omo san hu hwe. And then menu opinion the kasa no you were trying to as a opese wo guide no no kasa hu na ade. Bana or yes some comment we say enche danya yi. Most of the time no MPP communicators per se. Ya no mo dwene se Ghana for can think between the lines and I say Ghana for can read between the lines. Nti ade esi wo Ghana yi. Ana mo dwene se asore omo dwene se asore ewuru ya nim kosoro. What is some of the commentaries are? Edu baby a na eya bufun. When people are listening to radio and almost TV, no more comments be say free about. And we came purposely for one thing. I don't know whether you can remember. And they back pe until obaye. Yamfa hwianka no. He came purposely because of the economy. See one be hwe esikasem to ye ho offer. Most of the time na for the podiums na all through ye nyina ye campaign nyina na campaign platform nya all so kan ye se de ben eninti na okofa Dr. Baumia ba ye se wo mehwe na ohwe esikasem to ye ho na wo ye adwuma Bank of Ghana na kwa onimade onu na betimi aye ma na ye and that was what you said. What you said. And then Baumia nkasa after elections so mu win ye no omo ya sa omo party forum na ono nkasa climate stage no Obubo economic team ni din. Ebo mi ra lantramanti din so kan ho. Every the NDC ni ka say that ben. Do anybody remember the economic management team of the NDC? MMPP for no more ho ni nyina me bra pe ni so ho te ho sa da no tiam no. Na Dr. Bawumia kasa na just wajia to say that ben on na eba be hwe esi kasa mo ntoto ya ho. Eno na nchen omo ye some economic public forum. Osafo Mafo senior minister at that time. Eba ye be ka say that ben ebo economic team no mu no. Eba midfielder on ebo defense on ebo strike on ebo even secretary na juma na e economic team na e was so ye kura. Dr. Bawumia age ye. Why not this handsome way? Who didn't hear this? Na in same way nyina akire obi ti so osafo Mafo aka asem si Dr. Bawumia na hwe ye sika asem ntoto ye ho na juma na e was so omo osafo Mafo no mu nyina omo ye kura wa age ye. Na economy atonsere pe a na ye ka si Dr. Bawumia na ya wo si da be yin firi no ho na ono ni mo hwe. Ade osafo Mafo no ka na ohuru na nim kosoro ana. Ana osafo Mafo ka na onim ni oka. So these are some of the things I think MPP communicators no. Offer and come avoid there ebe me de. If they avoid this, now omo take full responsibility of what has happened. And ebe me de. There was a time Dr. Bawumia in opposition had 170 questions and answers on how to stabilize the dollar of our own kind. What the ebi suma kwesi emi sa ata won fie. Si won yi ano. And the questions na yira na. Enyo no na try na buku no nya bi. Wonya bi amembe kwa kwesi emi sa ata yere ho na ma kwakere ne so hwehwem kwesi emi zankra ta mu ntwa se. Obenya sa Bawumia questions na no fa ma me na me fa nkoma no. Se bia na de na yira. Bawumia was having 170 questions and answers on how to stabilize the city. And then we have our nursing training for program, Youth Connect, MPP Youth Connect. Next, akwala kitikiti bi bisa no one question pe. Ono 170 questions o. Akwala kitikiti bi bisa no one question pe offer and a program no pon ye. Obi awo 170 questions, obi awo say economy no oni mo hwe. Ye bisa no question ba ko na afede wa hu finance minister akire kwan. So obetimi akokasa ma finance minister aye. Obi awo say ye kan o kasa ye mfa na adwen. So I'm not sure anya so to for na sebi abase Dr. Bawumia betimi lose elections wo ho no. I'm not sure say they are robot. Sebi yam program o anya simbi ne dia go madwem. So mu tie mi a they are also going through the hardship. Anya so to for MPP for no mo ko bufu wel mo no. Sebi yam bi so mo MPP party card ni abu lesser price ama mo. Ni abu different price ama NDC for. They are also Ghanaians, they are going through what people are going through. Sanya so to me ethos papers in there. Duties now what you are clear no goods no. And no more than what you are. And because you are MPP nti ni ate so ama no. Anya so to me tie me na a emu bag na akwoso na sabi anka nkola na ba etimi consume emu bag by 100 cedis and then omu consume 700 Ghana cedis. Wan oman kasi wo ye MPP ni nti o mate so ama no. Ofa anya so to me na Sabi Ofruka Afri Accra Akokoma say now otua almost around 50 Ghana cedis just some few years ago and then etua 150 Ghana cedis. Ya ntiswa man because we MPP niti no ono so to abani bi. That is what you should know. The people who are voting are people going through the hardship. And this Musa Dankwa analysis abana so fallacy analysis na favor wa. What you should be doing is you should send that analysis to Dr. Bawumia in the office and tell him say doc are you emwayo? Inti dey eni betimi ya fa ho. Ya adwuma.
Okay.
And then of a dollar and 16 cedis.
Edru.
Oh, Edru we.
Yana 15.
Oh, na Edru 16 point something peso said there. Ahiani 16. What they say who table so many 16 flat rate 16. And then I'm 16. I was your man penny na all your economic team leader and bet na no to so. Enya adwuma no. One nam enano. And what question baby and omodi opel that veteran stay ade ahye nsa obi an wose wote na no to so ya adwuma o no hwese dollar no ko no ekita opel that stay na akola bi gina nche na boabe na pepe
Hey.
ofa na boabe pepe we na wose yensa for man nche nsa and you think say onya so tum for no they are anya so tum for they are robot and they are being programmed just because they say they are MPP people until omo control about Dr. Bawumia without thinking.
Right.
They are going through the hardship equally.
Yane empenfu atena se Harrison Abba of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, earlier on, Ote lawyer Pia Dankwa of the Movement for Change, Afrafratonka, na George Quarting of the New Patriotic Party, so and a set tone. Now, lawyer, NSC, ongoing trial of minority leader. After the moon sembi webama akukodro bi ated accused enyaye in an open court. Ninsamo kan ye say all level accusations against the Attorney General. At the court, no Attorney General now responded. Na actually outside of the court, no Deputy Attorney General Ebabe Kanwasem in a release. And then lawyers are also saying, say, Deputy Attorney General in release did not answer directly allegations now. Third accused a year in an open court. Assassin Radio also comes in to say, you intercepted a plea bargaining ostensibly to frame up the Attorney General. Then NDC also saying, rather, Attorney General has met up with third accused on plea bargaining. It was contrary to law. If it's a non-lawyer, Attorney General Susan Crawford say at the time, no new lawyer. Then judge Idiasem, nya Emma judge no only asemono. DNSC.
In fact, last week very interesting but sad. As in, for me, a reflection of confusion is system. But let me put on record say, I agree vehemently with position and this one taking. Now, I was on position as I understand it. Maybe some their claim is of a dummy or the allegations of a dummy episode or coerce head accused no now or no ojeli first accused. Now, my answer to that no on the face of it is Attorney General no ono a yamani to me your constitution say otimi or prosecute all issues no. Now answer or do we go court or prosecuting no. Now because or GDA based on evidence available to him say by gonna commit offense be.
And then to be a secure conviction.
Exactly because Attorney General fact case court say okodia rokeke answer be take his step no. Now or in his view in his view no or enough evidence to secure a conviction. Now, so secure conviction. Now, what will be the end? Secure conviction. Now, obviously, A1. Sometimes A1 has the first accused. Them. So that for me, the argument is neither here nor there, because the purpose of prosecution, is to secure a conviction, and which will lead to the imprisonment of a friend saying a first accused. Now also, me who Attorney General no a response. Me who Attorney General no a friend saying a response. I was issue letters and all. Now in him say Attorney General also to me our initiative plea bargain. I think say friend saying Act 30, an amendment to Act 30. I think section 162. Omita cross checking. As our amendment, the purpose of that amendment was to more or less incorporate a comprehensive law about governing plea bargain. And so, Attorney General was writing if he feels say at the end of the day, maybe A3 case is too strong, and that even with A3 ama evidence on the basis of a plea bargain. I mean, a frustrating in my view, what their focus is. Their focus is simply to undermine and cause it to say mistrial of the whole everything, and to garner public opinion against the trial of a minority a leader. No, and for me say build them on my and I say build a culture. I respecting and I say I encourage accountability. And this is a friend from person power part of their duty is to create that culture now. For me, a worrying. Rather no, and so me feel say Attorney General conducting the home by not responding there. So all free honor because then can say oh you're lawyer, oh you're officer of the court. You won't say oh about I be defending your client, but ultimately no, oh you're officer of the court. They are supposed to help the judge to dispense with justice, but you're also supposed to keep or uphold the integrity and the respectability of the court. In the matter Attorney General respond, what happened? Your word against my one quite say marketplace, but enter court. So for me, NDC for no instead of friends saying press conference high and we say no, third accused to our evidence. Then a third accused also our evidence or the bar. There's a other monitoring. Oh, monitoring won't gather third accused no evidence no. Now move on to ja. But as things now not on our own mattress are obeying evidence as against Attorney General and you see a Attorney General yes. It's also your office. So me was a matter argument beside and Attorney General himself never responded. The point is that and impugning the integrity not just of the Attorney General but of the entire Attorney General department. Attorney General to me a delegate. So for me, dear, me feel say me concern be not to push him to the wall with that even like I'll be tempted to believe the Attorney General story, you know, as against Israel. A third accused story.
Evidence being free third accused or not.
But say if you like push him to the wall, what I'm saying is hold on their horses. Yenyan to was here. Instead of say yeah press conference we say no. Omunyan to was here.
Because charge now one more bono. If it's to be sustained a very serious charge against the Attorney General about professionalism and ethics.
More than a really serious we say impact just on the Attorney General, but on because already the system EC has been compromised. EC has been compromised. So, first purport appointment of people who are suspected to be party because you see the burden on EC is not just to deliver election free and fair, but an election which is perceived to be free and fair. So, burden dictates own appoint you be a perceived say or war. Now, if the Attorney General too is your perceived say
Minister for Justice
and you say on your prosecution or your persecutioner. That is you boo all the institutions of and I'm gonna say because you know this for one person lead because one person govern. It's in their interest not to undermine some institutions. No. So say open make accusations be then you must have very strong, incontrovertible evidence. So for me, no, holding on to their horses. Holding on their horses. And me be a citizen, no. And for the good of the whole, no, I'm tempted to veer towards what are maintaining the integrity of those institutions. No, so was very strong evidence. I know money to say. Hold your horses. Use the appropriate due process. And for address such was after all, if someone must score political points there, if there's one time minim, another mind there, you don't need to blink to get some political ways to leverage on. Now, friends, snitch issue can't enough. Snitch issue near enough to gain whatever political mileage you want, but issues a border on say keep a whole society together. I bet me like can really serious because if the Minister of Justice has been your evidence on pursues justice no, but in his power to prosecute no or persecute here, then don't undermine the entire war a constitutional democracy no. So because of the essence of that Attorney General Department in the position that institution we should not be in a hurry to undermine and dismantle that institution. So that's over attacking and that is evidence just say APF and wasn't your evidence media your due process
appropriate quarter they are
following through due process and my critic culture you done be partisan politics. At the corner purpose in yes, that system, you know. You will that system, then where will we have to stand?
Right. Hey, lawyer, appear than Kwana, Oten, you know. Harrison Abba.
I see see, and I see lawyer, when we say in the legal background, and I am a lawyer for. But answer na even court and some ba ya betro law na de ade mra na de ade nyina if ye nyansa ye den e wo ho ene ye frɛ common sense lawyers na yɛwɔ hɔ ansa legal issues na yɛden aba ba ɔmo na edi yɛ kan a sɛ ɔmo kyerɛkyerɛ mmra ɛmɛyɛ den ɛmɛyɛ te aseɛ last asɛm no baayɛ no ma follow case no to some extent na metie so many contributions on the issue ɔmo wɔ legal brains ɔmo yɛ legal brains na ade asɛ bi ɔmo wɔ nimdeɛ ɛwɔ mmrasɛm ho na wohwɛ ne ɛkɔ so narration na ɛkɔ so na me bra pani lawyer ɛka asɛm bi narration na ɛkɔ so no sɛ yɛse na eduji tamaklo ɛyɛ to forcing lawyer ɛyɛ cross examination ɛna third accused no ɛyɛ no ɛkeka nsɛm bi ɛma Godfrey Dame ɛyɛ attorney general no object some issues say ɔpɛ sɛ wɔ defend ɛyɛ ato forcing ɛna papa no pae kaa yɛ sɛ ɛma me reveal secrets bi ɛhɔ na no sɛ ade a wɔyɛ no ɔmpɛ na ɛma no reveal secrets bi ɛhɔ na papa no pae mu kaa yɛ sɛ dɛmɛ wontam frɛfrɛ me ɛnhyia me babi sɛ men twist me evidences na yɛngyeli ato forcing ana ɛhɔ na ɔmo sɛ gye na kaa yɛ sɛ oh asɛm yi deɛ mo ma yɛmfa nto records mu ɛhɔ no Godfrey Dame na wɔyɛ attorney general want me object you go papa no Mr. Jackpa na ɔkasa yɛ no he was speaking under oath. That is one thing. And in some of free lawyers for you know say obi a wakasa under oath. Now waka bibi. Now one to me object automatically starts tend to an authentic evidence. So for manya keep you on record. And then far from the issue, Krano, the NDC is granting a press conference tomorrow. Our evidence is now on these particular issues, will be revealed tomorrow at the press conference 2 p.m. Our party headquarters. Nti wo bra obeje bra hwe media osi na je bre ne hwe the evidences are NDC be den ebetebu e de a kire se ne ekoso e wo ye judicial system no eni ba offer me nko kasa bebere ma me nko fom court no because court wan huhu kasa yi obehwe no wakoti court mbra so. The only problem me was say the we are ye judicial system asiniti asi these days na ye mobo kakra anda obi a sebi we president a obi an say eba na mara wodi mu akotene pa wo say human right lawyer enanuma esisi no na ye wanwa me kan some cases bi a sebi Supreme Court and High Court for edi hu adwuma this time some of the cases any rulings doesn't sink in well with common sense and over say rulings ni binin sinking in well with common sense. That is when the ordinary Ghanaian no. Ba be occupy Julobi demonstration no. Police for me konya injunction. E de beto demonstration no so say ma omunye. At that same time offer. That same time na easy ba be registration. Samda na easy say registration no ma be no. Omo ye wo only the EC offices. Constituency I send your friend district offices EC offices on kwan on my bed send your friend registration no nipa 4 bi nya kukudro e di EC ne yeden ekọ ye so omo fa injunction into EC for no so e ho no ya kire omo de ayi call ye say omo fa injunction into EC so say the court is on vacation the same time a police atimi asiki injunction offer e they are to occupy the lobby so it is a judicial system no ye no hu BBC offer ye hu na dey boy and when it is behaving this way ye threat to everybody. I can clearly remember say Kendapa meeting the judges sometime national security minister I can see the unanimous 11-7 na ACC no ye threat inte was court na den ehwe ne yiye
mania aye George kwatem rem
oh offer nka mama
for the third time
nka me dwense me demand
George
offer Sebi
you free dia semene we ye baje ho achi
offer say utie NDC for ni omo kasa ya omo wo opposition omo kan ya na obusa ho say na omo wo Mars ana omo wo Jupiter so ana China na afi ne de omo bagana ha offer winim cheme na if you say offer when fie what is say you say on my court a vacation atibida impenyi say on mine be court on vacation
normally July to October at omu yi a vacation charges are almost actually
good. So as some all can in no NCC so. In fact, say you can say be a court call vacation and just say won't mean fast and be like court to me India even parliament crumpo some more racist I omoko. But about emergency you to me call you among be yejuma. You know just say you can say court call vacation meaning say won't mean India in be our court. There be yes sanity. 2 or ka for yewura ato force in ho asem asem ne wo court enu nti no ya na ye mpese ye beke ka ho bibiri but ofa o yusu word bi se efie nyansa na ono efie nyansa na ote wo na wo kan enu nti se eye ni sika ena wo de man se onkoto ambulance mra ofa ena okoye ambulance na amba sika na ma ebe ne de aya emaye nyesa sa efie nyansa na wo kan wo efie nyansa no a se obusa no se mema obi sika se koto ambulance bremi ukoya ambulance no amba sika no so amfa ama nke be ye ne de ana emaye nyesa oman no ye nyina na ye kyekere oman sabi ebe boa ye ntimamufuo enei na na de dan kwa kufu ado ba ya oto ambulance ma constituency bia minji ni se obi frese ohia ambulance ibebusan se oya ndis ni ana oya MPP ni debi ye musa no ye bekwa akofa no e de na akọ hospital but amra e wo minim enu nti ena attorney general ohwehwe asem ni nyina no hu se no asem yi de sebi o emu ohwem na emu ohwem nso a mintumi fa adankaba ana abankasa enkogu ne nsa entwe na abo so menye fa nko court na court na enko kasa ofa me pese menua NDC 40 as yese yewra Godfrey Damino ni investigations ni hwehwe mu oye nyina odi akodan court no ana atofo se nso akoyia no ama court no afe na busumi aye besimi court ebebua into the third accused and obi akokasa enobi I'm not sure said the court no ebegina eno so sabi ena omo de ebua 10
that's
anu so omuto over omo kasa be 10 minutes so
yen contact issue no
na me hwe into the second issue of we dem strow omo kasa 10 minutes me tia ma edi na me hwe afi na kasa 3 minutes so over okasembi say NDC for the elections omo wini awie na Musa Danko aka asembi a e wo say MPP for no ye communist over the new patriotic party me e bia me ka e to be who say ye penny political party in Ghana ye wo a very good research department omunye bias if the party is not going well on be country say constituency omunko ye APCT the MPP no ohia sabi ye nua bema Musa Dankwa to make decisions the MPP no you were a research department a function well ye juma party no one was directed party and a directed here now I na NDC for metio mo na omo ye mesere because omo ni message omo ni leader omo ni bibia but the MPP are demonstrating say no what the omani share yensa from 2017 January ene ye wie ena ye toa so so ena mama yakonya bi ma ebeye ye kan nyina kire Ghana for ye flag bearer Mahmoud boy very energetic or kind of vision
okay
akire Ghana for over ayana omudi ne ho fel okoye campaign omudi ne ho fel look on onye Facebook live on turn office no wadi any car posi ya say no as me ye Facebook kepi okotima mufuo no ne omko kasa eka ni vision e kire omsese mo mama kwanya na me ba me ye ABCD
okay
ono mo nyina kasa
man ya ne mra
the final for the omo wu omo no mo sere
okay the
they
final
are playing with fire omo nim new patriotic party
Harrison Abba is there any rules Ghana so a minister and a high profile person politically exposed so business entity be na o man na de ye ton a ontimi to bia na
offer
last
comment answer na member ho no na me ka sembi say emre na microphone ko seke injection so many 2 EC so near say court e vacation bana say me bra no say one test asem no nti bi da nti bi e bia trasem da. And what I want to say is at that time of a minimum say you are in the media and you remember vividly say that particular incident happened when at the same time when people were granted injunction against the occupied Julobina almost the same time almost pay injunction there 2 EC so say more at only their district office on just because they were told say cost was on vacation. Offer see Obi only business. Yenim say only business. Sebe osa pese oto state owned property. Say emra bi esi ho kwan de. Sinipa no ewo capacity no. Say obetimi ato. Eye kwan krojen so de. Me hu mra esi akire kwan. Ovambacho uti meka no.
Follow the okan.
Me hu emra eden esi akire kwan. Say ono ankasa ansa na obe occupy position no. Yenim sika dodo a owo wa declare na assets. Yenim say orane bibisa obetimi handle we. Me hu emra esi akire kwan. Ba offer kwan na ye fa so ede ade no ede ama no no. Ene na ye kwan na amanfo ebisa ho nsem bebre. Say is it a sole source or was it done through a competitive tendering process?
Okay.
Those are the questions among for Eden. Ebebisa. See, competitive tendering process, ya share for other people, no almost almost tender, so more work capacity, ne sene, no more demand. People feel say, oh, say even other people tender with someone who holds position and has influence in government. Surely, obi our position or government more influence no benya sa opportunity no ahead of people who are not in government. Enti say even omo tender process no offer na say bibia eni mwa obi a